In this video, you will learn why you have to move for your gut, why most of us are lazy, some hacks to overcome laziness, and 4 exercises for a happy gut. We all know that movement is important for our health, to keep us fit and to build and maintain muscle. Our bowels also need movement. Weak abdominal muscles give our bowels too much space, preventing them from making their squeezing peristaltic movement properly. 10 other reasons to exercise. Movement also improves our brain function and blood flow. It works preventively against anxiety and depression. It is good for our joints. It is anti-inflammatory, and exercise reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and some types of cancer like colon and breast cancer. Movement also ensures that blood and lymph fluid are pumped around properly. And the lymphatic system is important for detoxification as it removes and drains waste products and fluids from the tissues. The circulation of lymph fluid depends on gravity and muscle tension. So exercises that combine muscle tension and gravity, such as jumping, are super effective for detoxification. So get on that trampoline, jump up and down in front of your desk, or get a jumping rope. Well, this gives you an idea of why you should move in the first place. But why is it so difficult to move sometimes? We are not made for movement. What? Let me put it differently. We are not protected from not moving. In prehistoric times, we had to move all the time. We had to get off our ass and search for food and find water, and moving was a necessity to survive in an environment of scarcity. And laziness was a protective mechanism. When it was not necessary to move, you saved your energy because you never knew when you would have a proper meal again. Nowadays, we still do the same, only our environment changed from scarcity to an environment of abundance. There is comfort everywhere around us: cars, escalators, e-bikes, computers, smartphones, remote controls, and delivery services. There is no necessity to move anymore, and we have the protective mechanisms of laziness. So the fact that we are lazy is not stupid or bad. It makes perfect sense from an evolutionary perspective. But well, we just learned how important it is to move. So in this case, don't trust your gut feeling, but use this knowledge for the better to make different decisions. Us lazy humans can do 4 things to help us exercise. Let's call it the KNIT system. The K stands for knowledge. You now know why movement is important and that your instincts tell you to stay on your butt. And now you know this, you can change your behavior. The N stands for necessities. Create necessities. Get a dog, walk your neighbor's dog every day at the same time. When people are counting on you, it is much easier to do what you said you would. Sell your car, a bike does not cost gas. Do your groceries on foot or by bike, and buy a backpack instead of using a trolley. The I stands for inconveniences. Create inconveniences for yourself. Put the coffee machine on another floor at work. Say to your colleagues that you are no longer taking the escalator or elevator, and if they catch you doing it, you will have to pay them $10. Only have meetings with your team while standing. Be creative. The T stands for thresholds. Find out what is preventing you from exercising and remove the threshold. Let me give you a personal example of a threshold I had. I wanted to start doing short workouts before breakfast because movement, and especially on an empty stomach, is a fast and effective way to improve your insulin sensitivity and blood glucose regulation. Big tip for people with diabetes type 2 and or PCOS. Okay, back to the story. I did some morning workouts before, but they always contained a lot of jumping. And I needed to put on my sports shoes and my sports bra, and I found it all way too much work. So I wanted to find something in which I did not have to jump too much. And finally, I found a workout that gave me exactly what I was looking for. By removing my thresholds, it became much easier for me to stick to my goal. Thresholds can be something bigger or something very small and silly, preventing us from doing something. Check with yourself. What is your threshold? Can you find a way to work around it? Remember that you do not have to do it alone. Find a friend to go to the gym with you, join a walking group close to home. Together it is often easier than doing it alone. To recap, the K stands for knowledge, the N for necessities, the I for inconveniences, and the T for thresholds. So you have some ideas of how to get more movement in your day. Let's focus on 4 specific exercises for the gut. The first are core strengthening exercises. By strengthening your core, you also strengthen your abdominal muscles, giving your bowels just enough space to work properly. If you have a lot of stress, a burnout, or suffer from your digestive problems a lot, try not to train too heavy and no longer than 45 to 60 minutes. Shorter workouts are fine. If you go to YouTube and type in core workout or HIIT workout, HIIT, which stands for high intensity interval training, you will find plenty of exercises that help build and maintain the muscles of your torso. This is one example. I'm also a big fan of 7-minute workouts. Here you find a link to different apps for both Android and Apple. Let's continue with the other exercises for your gut. These next 3 you already learned in the video about stress and how to boost your stress tolerance, which are a walk in nature, yoga, more specifically yin yoga, which holds poses longer. And in the videos of this week, you will find a yoga routine with exercises for your gut as well. And last but not least, Tai Chi, which also helps to create harmony between your body and your mind. I added a PDF on boosting your stress tolerance again, so you can check out more on yoga, Tai Chi, and walking in nature. To recap, you learned why we need movement for our overall health and our gut, why we humans are lazy from an evolutionary perspective, and how to use the NIT system to overcome our laziness. Lastly, we looked at 4 ways to exercise for your gut, namely core strengthening exercises, walking in nature, yoga, and Tai Chi. So what to do with this information? Find your thresholds and ways to overcome them, create inconveniences and necessities in your daily life, and find a way you like to move for your gut. Plan it in your diary so nothing else comes up, and have fun and make your body happy.